Quit it. Your attacks suck ass! And so do you.
Why are you so negative all the time?
No offense, Regigigas, but your fit is trash. I'm sorry, but somebody has to say it.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
What's up, guys? This is Mike from OGRagebreak Gaming, and it's time to end our side quest adventure on Let's Play Pokémon Alpha Sapphire. Well, guys, welcome back. As I said, we're going to be wrapping up our side quest adventure for today. Now, here's the thing. There are some particular side quests, more so for legendaries, that I'm not going to do. I'm only going to do one more in specific because this one was tied into from the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Here's the thing. If you go back to the Scorched Slab, you'll find Flannery there. She was looking for the legendary Pokemon Heatran, which you can find at the very bottom of the place. We explored that area a little bit earlier in the game, but didn't go that far into it. But yeah, Heatran is in there. You can also soar to some locations to find other legendaries from the other games and stuff like that. But some of them have really shitty ass requirements in order for them to spawn at these locations. It's just way too time consuming and tedious. So for today, we're going to be going after the legendary Regi Trio. In order to do this, I put some of my main party members away for now to bring some guest party members in that we'll need for this venture. Now, for this venture, I brought Skarn back because we're going to need Fly. We're going to need a Wailord, a Relicanth, and we're going to need a Pokemon that can use Dig. So I caught myself a Sandshrew on Route 113 and taught it Dig. So there you go. Don't worry, I'll be bringing back Siege and the others and stuff like that later. But for now, we're going to need our guest teammates in order for this little side quest. Now here's the thing. I was going to show off Seamallville. That's between Dewford and Slateport. I was going to be posting that today until I realized that the audio was glitched in the recording. And I had already saved my game and stuff like that, so unfortunately I won't be able to show off Seamallville. But you can catch the Pokemon Spiritomb as well as the Pokemon Lugia if you're playing Alpha Sapphire, or Ho-Oh if you're playing Omega Ruby. Here's the thing, you can find the Ice Beam TM in Seamallville and stuff like that, so just keep that in mind, as well as the Rain Dance TM. There will be a scientist at the top of Seamallville that's looking for a scanner, so you'll need to use Dive in order to get through that section, in order to find the scanner, and then trade it to him. Go back to Captain Stern at Slateport City, you know, the harbor, and talk to him. He'll give you a Tidal Bell in Alpha Sapphire, or a Clear Bell in Omega Ruby. Do that, return back to Seamallville, and you'll be able to capture Lugia under the sea at Seamallville, or Ho-Oh in Omega Ruby on top of Seamallville. So there you go. Really annoying and complicated shit, but it is what it is. Just way too much backtracking and shit for my taste. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to skip over the legendaries and shit like that, except the ones that really tie into the game itself. That being said, though, in order to begin this little side quest venture, we gotta head to that one little town that we have not unlocked yet. Well, I did unlock it earlier in the game, so there you go. So yeah, let's just go and get to that area now. Next stop, Pacifidlog Town. Let's go! Yoink! Now, in order to get to Pacifidlog Town via the normal method, you'll need to use Surf from where Route 128 was, you know, the entrance, you know, the above water entrance to the seafloor cavern. Go to the western section, and you'll go through the sea routes 130, 131, 132, and you'll end up here in, you know, Pacifidlog Town. So there you go. Now, in any case, Pacifidlog Town, there's not really much of interest here, except for a few particular items that you'll probably want to get before you leave. One being this, the Kangaskhanite. Nice. Of course, if we had a Kangaskhan, that'd be really nice to have. So there you go. But unfortunately, we don't. It is what it is. Sup, dude? The folks at Pacifidlog make their living by fishing and diving. Is that so? Look, isn't it neat? Our houses are on water. I was born here too. Cool, good for you. Good for you. I, for one, would not want to be born in a house that's literally above the fucking ocean. How well did that work out for the people of Xanarkin in Final Fantasy X? They built their big-ass city on top of a giant-ass ocean and shit like that. How can you build that big-ass city on top of water and not expect if a catastrophe happens, your fucking city is going to be under the sea? Dumbasses. Like, seriously, who the fuck does that? It's like they asked for that shit to happen to them at that point. In any case, alright! TM56 Fling. Yay, a TM I would never use. That big stadium over in the Unova region. I always dreamed of standing on the mountain there. But no matter how much I hoped and struggled, my abilities couldn't keep up with my ambitions. My dream wouldn't die, but before I knew it, I was a family man in my 50s. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, stop talking! Damn. I hate when these NPCs just babble and shit like that. Like, we get it, brah. We do. Where did you come from? Yes? Yes Town? I've never heard of that place. Was that their way of trying to troll me? Kind of a lame way to do it, but okay, whatever. In any case, damn it. Sup? The sea between Pacifidlog and Slateport has a shift-running current. If you try to surf there, you might end up swept away somewhere else. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the areas to the west of here that we'll be going to next, yeah, it is really fucking annoying to navigate through. But in any case, if you have a Blossom, you can trade this lady for her Corsola and stuff like that, but you can get both. So, yeah, Corsola you can find in the seaweed under the sea and shit. So, there you go. Of course, the encounter rate is not very high for Corsola, but if you actually want it, then you'll go about getting it and waiting for it anyway. Blossom, you can just get by catching a Gloom on Route 121 or earlier and shit like that. Get the Zyshok TM. Nice. But, yeah. And just use the Sunstone and evolve it into Blossom. And there you go. Then you get both. Of course, if you want the traded Corsola, you know, there's that. But Corsola's not even that good. I mean, I think people want to make it look good because Misty used it in the anime and shit like that. But Corsola in the games is just complete ass. I'm sorry, but it's just way too damn slow. But yeah. In any case, this guy here, the Pokemon Fan Club Chairman. If your Pokemon is really nice to you, he'll give you the return TM. If your Pokemon hates the shit out of you, he'll give you TM21 Frustration. So, keep that in mind. But because my Pokemon love the fuck out of me, which obviously they should after all the shit we've been through together, then of course, return is the perfect move for us. That being said, though, we're done at Pacifidlog Town. Just wanted to show off because this was the only town in the game outside of the final town in the game that we have not unlocked yet. This town is optional as shit, so you don't even really need to come here unless you're going to these specific sea routes. Now, as that lady in town told you, these sea routes here are very, very treacherous. In order to get through these sea routes, in order to do the side quest that we need to do, we need to literally go to the next route 133. But in order to get there, we need to navigate carefully, and I mean carefully, through this particular section. So, that being the case, let's see. Whee! Nice. Okay, well that part was easy. Now, to that end, let's go this way. Now, if you manage to do so correctly, you'll find the TM for Sludge Wave here. You can also find the TM for Rock Slide, I think on Route 133, or I think it was Route 134. You can also find the TM for Zayup from a Psychic on Route 133. I'm telling you guys this now because I got them off screen and shit. Navigating through all these routes with this treacherous sea shit is tedious. Very tedious, to the point that showing you on screen how to go about getting those TMs will just take way too much time. So to spare you and myself the time, I'm going to avoid that shit. You don't mind, right? Of course you don't. I'm doing you a service. I'm saving you time. So, yeah, pretty much. Alright, now. This area here, we don't need to worry about, so let's just hurry up and get past here. Right, perfect. Nice. Alright, let's go! Alright, let this be the section. Let this be the section. Yes! Okay, good. 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 Alright, now, we're on Route 134. Now, in order to get to the section in question, you need to be in the middle section here. The middle. Not the top, not the bottom, unless you're versatile.
Oh, it feels so good!
I mean, yeah, you need to be directly in the middle. Alright, let's go! Quick! Perfect. Once you manage to get to this small section, you've made it, viewers. Now, let's dive! 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 And luckily, this will be the last section of the game in which we'll need to use dive, then I can get the fuck rid of it. Dive is such a waste of a move, man. I mean, I love the fact that we get to dive underwater. I think this and I think Black 2 White 2 are the only games that you can literally dive under the water. So it is actually pretty cool and shit like that. The problem is that it's an HM and it wastes space. The fuck is this? Oh, this is that Braille language shit from Fire Red and Leaf Green. I remember this. From Dotted Hole. Dotted Hole. The stupid name for a dungeon. That being said, though, yoink! Oh, so that's the trick. Okay, the Sealed Cavern. We got more Braille letters here. Interesting. Alright, now, the Sealed Chamber. We got a lot of shit. There's so many of them. Which ones do we go to? What's this? Oh yeah, that so tells me much. Alright, now, in order to get through this section, let's see, the first entrance holds 10 stone tablets. Now, in order to get through here, we need to inspect the markings on the cavern's north wall and to reveal a phrase, which translates to dig here. Alright, luckily, I have my sand shrew with dig. So, dig 'em, baby! Let's go! Oh! Secret passage! Nice. Huh. Another section. So what now? There's nothing here. How the fuck is anyone supposed to read this shit if they don't have a guide? Do you know Braille? Because if you do, teach it to me. Because I don't understand that language for the life of me. Alright, but in any case, we're in the central ruins now. It's encircled by 6 more stone tablets, which tells of a powerful Pokemon that was sealed away. The message on the north wall reads, first comes Relicanth, last comes Wailord. So in order to do that, in order to complete this part of the puzzle, you'll need to put Relicanth in the top section of your rotation, and then no game. Alright, now, Relicanth at the top, Wailord at the bottom. At least I hope that's how it is in this particular menu. Alright, now, with that, let's see here. Position each Pokemon in their respective party and examine the wall again. Whoa! Fuck! Sounds as if doors open somewhere far away. Damn! Let's just be glad this shit didn't cave in on us. Oh, shit. Yeah, we don't want that shit, that's for damn sure. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Assuming we can go from here. Really, game? Really? Whatever. Alright, in any case, what that did was it unlocked those 3 rock formations that we've encountered in the game so far. Remember the ancient tomb? that we encountered in the Route 111 desert, that rock formation that was on Route 120, and there's another on Route 105 on a small island on the way to Dewford. Let's head to the island cave first on Route 105. Just sail south from Mr. Briney's house or north from Dewford Town and you'll find it. I'll meet you there. Oh, and let's see here. Do we need anything in particular? Nope. Alright, I'll meet you there. Alright, viewers, I'm back. We're back on Route 120. Yeah, I'll go to the one on Route 135 after this one, but I wanted to come here first because we're going to need Scarm's Fly in order to complete this particular puzzle. So, there you go. That being said, though, but yeah, we're on Route 120, which is to the south of Fortree City. So, yeah, just fly on back here and, you know, there you go. Alright, now, with that, we can now go into the Ancient Tomb. Yeah, if you recall, this place was sealed off earlier when we first came on this route. Let's see. It says, stand center, aim to the sky with love and hope and time. Okay. The fuck does that mean? Huh. Alright, now we gotta move to the center of the cave, which I assume is right here. At least I think at least I think that's it. I think. Alright, now, let's use fly. Did that work? Okay. Damn it! Back in! Alright, let's try this again. Fucking A. Alright. There we go! Yes! We did it! Perfect. Alright, now. Whoa, would you look at that? Big dude! He saved my game. And don't worry, viewers, I tested this to make sure the audio wasn't glitched this time around, so yeah, it should be good to go now. Alright, now! How's it going, big dude? Was that a hello? Well, I don't know what it is, but it's time for a boss fight! Versus Registeel. Now, Registeel, pure steel type. Big dude, too. Level 40. I would think it'd be level 50 at this point in the game, but okay, whatever. In any case, I taught Latias Thunder Wave more so for these big dudes. Woohoo! Finally! This Registeel put up quite a fight. It was not going in easily. But every turn that he wasted was a turn that the timer ball got even better. Like I said before, the timer ball is the best game in the series, man. Ultra balls are fucking worthless. Registeel, steel Pokemon. Iron. Registeel was imprisoned by people in ancient times. The metal composing its body is thought to be a curious substance that is not of this earth. Ooh, so it's supernatural. Very, very cool. But there you go. Alright, we got Registeel. Nice. We got the Steel Man. Perfect. Very nice. Very fucking nice. I used Fly to get back to Route 121 from the seal chamber and stuff like that. Just for shits and giggles, because that's how it would be back in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I just did it just for the nostalgia. Not that it was necessary. But there you go. Alright, now. Where is it? To the northwest part of Route 105. North, south, east, west. I know my directions! Alright. It might be that middle one over there. Let me see. Could it be? Yes, it is! Nice. Alright, the island cave. Ooh, shit, it's icy in here. Let's see what this says. It reads, stop and wait unmoving as time passes by you twice. So close the message box and stand still at the 9th wall for 2 full minutes. Once enough time passes, the secret passage appears out of nowhere. So basically, we gotta stand at the north wall for 2 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna wait 2 minutes and hopefully it'll open. So I'll be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. Having to wait 2 minutes just for this bitch to open? Really? Feels like waiting for a fucking console to come out and you're literally sitting outside of the video game store for like literally all fucking night. That's how it felt like. Come on! Shit! Oh, another big dude! Looks icy. Nice. Ice, ice, baby. Alright. What's up, big dude? Let's freeze on! It's time for a boss fight! Versus Regice! Yeah. Careful, he might put the freeze on it. For a pure ice type, he has no ice moves at all. That's weird, isn't it? Isn't it? I think it's weird, but whatever. Thunder Wave! There we go. Always start off with that first. Woohoo! Alright! Not bad. Regice was a bit easier to capture this time compared to Registeel. Registeel was a total bitch. He's like, he just would not go in. But Regice didn't put up that much resistance. That's good. Good. Regice, Iceberg Pokemon. Regice cloaks itself with frigid air of minus 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Holy shit. Things will freeze solid just by going near this Pokemon. Its icy body is so cold it will not melt even if it is immersed in magma. Fucking A! That's quite a talent. In any case, alright, we got Regice. That just leaves one more Regi to go. Now, in order to get the last Regi, we need to go back to Route 111. Alright, here it is. Let's head into the Desert Ruins. Very fitting because we're in a desert. Alright, let's see. It reads, right, down, then use strength. Okay. Let's try it out. Right, down, and then use strength. Alright, let's do it up then. Siege, strength, let's go! Yes! We did it. Alright, let's head in. And the last big dude. Big rocky dude at that. What's up, my bro? Alright, save up. And let's go to town! I got sand in my eyes! It's time for a boss fight! Versus Regirock! Yeah, the rock has arrived. Now, let's see. Pure rock at that. And of course, like all three of the Regis have ancient power. Two of the Regis have bulldoze. Registeel was the shittiest of the three. The only offensive move it had was ancient power. Everything else was just defensive as fuck. Like, damn. Too bad your bulldoze doesn't work on Latias, my bro. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not happening. Finally! Damn, and I thought Registeel was a bitch. This dude would not go in. I chucked like almost 15 timer balls at this bitch. Damn! What a stubborn bastard. But I got him in the end. Regirock, Rock Peak Pokemon. Let's check him out. Regirock's body is comprised entirely of rocks. No shit. Recently, a study made the startling discovery that the rocks were all unearthed from different locations. Okay. Like, are the rocks special besides being part of his body? I don't know, that's just me. But in any case, alright, we got all three of the Regis. So we should be done, right? Right? Wrong. If you recall, there is another big dude, another member of the Regi family introduced in Gen 4. Yeah, remember Regigigas? Yeah, the big dude with the big ass arms and the shitty ass ability. Yeah, we have to get him now. Now, in order to do this, we need to start off by visiting Pacifidlog Town and speak to the girl in the northeast house. If you caught the trio, she tells you a story about that she heard from her grandfather about Regigigas. Now, in order to get Regigigas, the primal reversion Groudon and Kyogre must have taken place. Of course, it would have at this point. All three legendary giants must be in your party. Regice must be given a nickname. Regice must also be given a cold item to hold. Never Melt Ice, Castella Cone, Icy Rock, Icicle Plate, Snowball, whatever. And it may be necessary to let a day pass. especially if you call all 3 Regis in succession. So I'll get all these prerequisites done, and Regigigas should be at the island cave. So I'll meet you back there, and I'll be right back. Whoa! What the fuck? Damn, just came out of no fucking where. In case it's time for boss 5 versus Regigigas. Damn. Luckily, I didn't need to wait a whole day for Regigigas to pop up. I just waltzed into the island cave to see if he was there or not. I didn't see him, so I walked to the middle, and then boom, he just comes out of no fucking where. Holy cow. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. There you go. Ow! Quit it. Your attacks suck ass. And so do you.
Why are you so fucking negative all the time?
Now, second this. Ah! Gently! There you go. Looking thing. With big ass shoulder pads. I don't know, it's a weird design, in my opinion. No offense, Regigigas, but your fit is trash. I'm sorry, but somebody has to say it.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Somebody has to say it, and that someone has to be me. Woohoo! All right! Regigigas also put up a battle, but in the end, it was no match for the fucking timer ball. Yes! Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. We got all the Regis! What about Regileggy? No, that's not in this generation. Wait till my Pokemon Sword LP. So, there you go. That's coming soon. Soon. In any case, Regigigas, colossal Pokemon. There is an enduring, whatever, legend that states that this Pokemon towed continents with ropes. Huh? I'll believe that when I see it. That being said, though, nice. But with that, we got all the Regis. They put up a really good resistance. They did not want me to catch them, but in the end, they were no match for the timer ball. With that, viewers, we got all the Hoenn legendaries and shit like that. Mwah, that was just pure chef's kiss. With that and stuff like that, we are done our little mini side quest arc. Now it's time to continue on our quest. Our next stop is Evergrande City. Evergrande City is to the let's see, all the way over here. Damn, so we have to go a little way southeast of Moss Deep to get to Evergrande City, and the Victory Road is on there too. Perfect. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, we will head to Evergrande City and head through Victory Road. But what awaits us on the way to the Hoenn League? Find out next time. Guys, enjoy. You know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for gaming videos from me. And of course, when you subscribe, be sure to hit the bell so notify my newest uploads. Got something to say? Of course you do. Leave a comment. Duh. Till next time, decent do that. It's Mike Rage Break Game. Hope your race breaks. Have a great day, my bitches and bros. Smile you later.